Welcome to Analytics with Nags. In this video, we're going to see a real-time project, that is KPI and data quality analysis. Let me explain the business scenario. This for a manufacturing kind of organization. I mean, a company, a manufacturing company, and they have different equipments and are it called missions. Okay. So for that missions, they have different KPIs to analyze. So they want to track those things, and also they are having some issues in the data, like they are not filling the data properly, and how to analyze it and how to overcome it, they can fix those issues gradually. That is what we are going to focus in this video. Let us try to understand it better in our way. Like, this is again going to be a new project. Our source is going to be Excel. I'm not going to these things or what kind of projects. To give a quick shot, like if it is a Power BI project, it can be classified new or migration project or enhancement. We already discussed a lot about it. Let's move on to it. So our requirement is like based on that, two reports we are going to create. Report one that want to analyze different KPIs of emissions, and it should be based on different suppliers. These are two prerequisite. And the report 2 is like we need to identify data quality issues in that data. It can be a different data or it can be in the same data. I mean, there are two different sources of data, but we need to analyze it. Then send this list, whatever we identified, we need to send it to the in charge of that particular location, or whoever in charge for that missions. So then they need to take corrective actions. How we can achieve this? This is what we are going to see in this video. If you are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button to learn the concepts and real-time projects in Power BI. Let's jump into our steps. So as usual, so let us walk through the steps what we are going to perform. So understanding the source. Now in this case, the source is, we are going to receive it as Excel. So let us keep it as simple as that. So then once it is in Excel, it can be stored in SharePoint or any shared drive. From that we can pick it up. So we have decided to store it in our local for now. Then analyze the data, fact, dimensions. Always it is recommended which is going to act as a fact, what kind of dimensions we need to build. If it is not there, we need to check from the source system or whoever provides this requirement, right? From there we need to get that the dimensions if it is missing. So this is fine. I mean, we don't want these steps now. ETL, whether if sometimes it requires some ETL to load SSIS, we're not going for this. Then these two are not for this particular project. This project, this flow I have demonstrated in my previous video. This is typical BI architecture. So the ETL and cubes, we are skipping it. Next, we will read from Power Query and do the relationship, do the reports and Power BI services. I'm going to focus more on modeling this time because if you understand the data, how it should be modeled, designed, that is what I'm going to focus in this video. Let's see our data. So as I said, two things we are going to analyze. One is KPIs, and it's for a manufacturing company, and the data quality issues. Okay, what are those? So let us try to understand this data first. These are two sets of data user has given. One is for KPI. So we have a supplier and a machine. Which supplier has provided this machine, from whom we have brought, that is what it is, supplier, and these are different machines. So these are the different KPIs captured on particular date. The date format is wrong. Let me fix it. So that is short date. So we have a date here, so different dates over here, and you see here, like for different dates you have different KPIs. So people need to analyze it by different machines and by different suppliers. How we can do it, that is what it is. And the one of the um, thing you need to understand is like when you have a data like this, the different KPIs, this is not related to this is not related to this. They want to choose the KPIs, okay? That is a requirement actually. So they want to choose these KPIs as a filter. So in that case, what should happen? Okay, that is what the typical requirement is. Let me show it to you. We have this mission KPI analysis. You have seen these KPIs here: downtime, utilization, on-time delivery, OEE. Okay, so that we have already developed here. KPI name, on-time delivery. When you click on it, the respective KPI value should shown here: on-time delivery. Overall equipment, when you click on it, it will show the overall equipment. In short, you can call it as OEE. And utilization, so utilization by mission. So each mission on this period, maybe during January or February, how much it got generated. I mean, what is the value of that particular KPI during that month, and based on this supplier, what it is. So everything he can able to analyze in this dashboard. Let us try to walk through this requirement. Then the report one using KPI. Then we will go to the second report, data quality issues. So first of all, when you have a data requirement like this, they want to choose a particular member which is available in the column. So and what you need to understand from here is like, so when you want to choose something as a filter, then these values should be appearing as a column. It should be in the appearing like this. Okay, it should be displayed like this. That is the first prerequisite. Okay, so in that case, you might have think like let me go to Power Query editor, where I have imported this Excel. So this is the what is the name? I think it's DQA only. So we have employee. I will go from the source. Navigation, you can see here the same data, supplier, promoted headers. I will go for it. So you have data like here: overall equipment, on-time delivery, utilization, and downtime. Okay, these are the things. So in order to do that, you need to unpivot it. So once you unpivot it, you got the values here: overall equipment, on-time delivery, utilization, downtime. So you got everything. So all the values corresponding to it will appear here. So you can see here the different values over here on the top: overall equipment, on-time delivery, utilization. All these things should come as a column. So that is your prerequisite. So I did that unpivoting. So all the values appearing here for the date, for that machine, and everything is repeated as such. This is perfectly all right. Now, what about the calculations? Like let us go to it, and whether it should be shown as a sum or average. Okay, based on that also you have different behavior. So once we have so this is the first step we need to do. Then let me close this apply. I didn't do any change. There won't be any impact of it. So next thing is, what is the calculation for it? When you choose a supplier and different machines over the different period, whether it should be summed up or average. Usually these kind of percentage calculation should be in an average. So assuming one of the measure is having a sum. Okay, you cannot directly use that one. What I'm trying to say is, let me take this table as such. I mean to say, let us try to draw that measure, required measure, without creating any calculated values. Okay, what I'm trying to say. Let us copy this one. I copied. Now I'm removing whatever method I used. I'm not going to use it here. Just I'm taking for the format. We have data like this now. Let us see this one here. for each supplier you have different KPIs. I can use this KPI as a filter. I can use this KPI value in the chart. That's it, right? So you can see, and along with the missions. So what I'm saying, missions, mission ID, that should be in the axis. Then the KPI value should be value. Now it's showing it's showing across all KPIs. In order to do that, I mean, it should show only one KPI at a time. It is not, it is summing up all the values, since the value KPI value is KPI value is nothing but KPI value for this, KPI value for on time. So it is summing up all the values. That should not be the case. It should be shown only one KPI. So I will add a filter here. So this is my filter, and let me increase the size, or I can copy paste the formatting here. That will be much better. Okay, now it's fine. Now it's showing only the downtime. Now it's showing only the on-time delivery. Now it's showing only the overall equipment, and it is summing up. Okay, I can put average. If everything is average, everything is on-time delivery, then whatever I'm doing it here, right, that is perfectly all right, because all your irrespective of KPI chosen, this is going to be summed up. What I'm trying to say, let us try to filter utilization. So utilization for HP machine is average, say for example ABC. For this should be summed up and should be average. Okay, so this particular utilization, the calculation should be average. Then other KPIs also is going to be average. Then whatever I did it here is fine. You use that KPI value and do the sum as average, then use the machine ID or whatever across here, then click on it. This is absolutely fine. What happens for a particular KPI, say for example for the downtime, I need to calculate sum. For on-time delivery, I need to calculate average. In this case, you cannot go for this solution, because if all the KPIs having same calculation, you can use the average default, because based on the chosen KPI, the calculation should dynamically change. So for that, it has to be different. So I assume like downtime calculation is sum. So for that, what you need to do is like you need to do a calculation here for each measure, utilization and repair cost, and sorry, I mean those are not part of this measure. That's fine. So downtime, you assume downtime is sum. So you write your calculation here. Downtime means sum of KPI value when it is downtime. Okay, when it is on time delivery over here, that is average. You write each and individual measure for your calculation. Utilization is average. Then finally OEE, it's average. Then when people choose this particular value, then respective value should be shown. So in this case, like instead of going for it, so if different KPIs having different values, you need to use switch statement. Like if the member is chosen, the respective member is chosen, then use that respective measure. Okay, we already seen the calculation for each and everything. Like for downtime we have sum, for other things you have average. Then what I use, instead of using column the KPI values, the list of KPIs from this table, I've used the separate table over here. So switch off values from this, then if the value is chosen from that particular value, that if the chosen value is overall equipment, then choose the, give this value. So what happens now? So here you see, here we have set average here. Now everything shown average. Now instead of that, I have created this measure, right? I can use that one, and I will replace this KPI from a KPI master. Okay, this KPI master is a static value. You can see the value here. This just contain those list of items, that is what are the KPIs you have here. So KPI name. and then you use, instead of KPI value, need to use a new measure that we have created. So KPI measure. Now when you choose downtime, it will give us different values like different percentage, sum of, and average of. Okay, that is the thing. Now you can see it. So the same thing I have applied here. So when you click on this, on time delivery, it is 40 percentage. It's basically average. When you click on downtime, it is summed up. Okay, 200 percentage, 300 percentage. This is not, you don't directly apply that it cannot be 300 percentage, but just for your understanding, different KPIs having different calculations, you need to do it in this manner. That is what I want to highlight. Okay, then this is the thing. So what I did, so these two, DQA and KPI master. Let us try to understand the design, the modeling part. So we have DQA that is connected to mission, and data quality I will come it up next. So these two are fact tables basically. That is, DQA is the KPI and KPI value. So this is connected to mission, and again we have another fact table like data quality that we are going to talk about the next report. Then I have one disconnected dimension, that is KPI master created. So that is part of here. Okay, that is what we have now. So when people chooses here, what happens? It should call respective measure. That is what we have designed it here. So there you go. That is KPI master KPI name. When you choose this particular on-time delivery, you need to choose this one. Let me show it to you what column I've used. You can see here, this is from KPI master KPI name. So that is what it is displaying. So this is what your visual, and you need to understand the different behavior or calculations, and based on that you need to design it, the different measures, or how you need to model your report. That is what I want to highlight. And other things are so simple, like by different suppliers he wants to see. So for suppliers we have a straightforward column. So by suppliers, how many machines they have provided. So just to highlight, and people can click on this particular supplier, which is nothing but BSC, and this is his overall KPI value against this supplier. By different machines you can able to analyze. Even you can see this OE will change based on the maybe sometimes we may require a certain KPI to be shown as a Gantt chart. So those visuals can be captured in a Gantt chart. So this is best way to demonstrate a KPI. The Gantt chart, it should not exceed 50%. So we have put some target limit. So this is how you need to say, like maximum limit and target value. Maximum it can be 100 or it can be 50 only, and your target can be 30%. If it exceeds 30%, you need to put an alert. So people can see this OEE cannot exceed 30% for this mission, like that. So this gives a data card. So this doesn't require much explanation, and you can filter by equipment. And this is like one of the thing I want to highlight. Like you have a mission, and you can have something called some of this like dim mission. So you can get this information from the user who provides it. So these are the different modeling criteria. So once they provide this one machine ID, you need to ask, it's your duty to ask what is other attributes of this machine, like whether it's manufacturing date or manufacturing year, or what kind of machine it is. So I have just added a machine type. I have I have included this machine ID as well. So that is what it is connected here in the modeling tab. So this is connected to machine, and even I can filter by machine type. That is what I have achieved here. Like when I click on heavy equipment, all the dashboard filters based on the equipment. So you need to bring everything together in a same place. I mean, that is what the purpose of star schema. So you create a relationship between KPI and dim machine. You will analyze all attributes against other attributes as well. Okay, so this is about it. So we will focus on the next requirement. report 2, that is about identifying data quality issues, and send the list to location in charge to take corrective actions. So let us try to understand what is the issue here, data quality issues. So we have a different data set here. Mostly it is containing have used the same name, but assume like this is having some other matrices as well. So this, I mean to say the data from this is different. I mean the data for this is different. You no need to confuse with whatever columns you have already. We have seen it like that. So they are trying to understand the data quality, how much data they have. I mean quality of data, and based on that they need to ensure what is happening wrong. Okay, which location people are not filling it up. Okay, so they have the application and they are filling this some of the data entry I mean key indicators or some of the things that is crucial for their business, and they noticed like some of them are not keying in the values. Say for example this particular record, they didn't provided how much repair cost happened, and this particular record this location this in provided on-time delivery value. So like that they are missing some of the values which is affecting their business to identify what is going wrong or what is going correct. Okay, so they want to avoid it. So how they can avoid it, such scenarios, and how they can improve their data quality, that is what we are going to see in this second report. For that, let me try to walk through the report, what we have done so far. So we have just data quality assurance or data quality improvement, whatever it can be. So basically they want to understand, I mean narrow down by filters. This is filter pane. I would like to suggest don't keep your filters on the top left. It should be at the right side. Okay, that is the recommended, but it depends. Okay, it's based on, but this is my choice. That's okay. So let me explain these filters. So basically they have whatever we have here, missions, and based on the location I have given the region. So again for this I have asked for a dim location. So location itself not enough, we need what is the higher level, because location it can be 15. It's better you get only 3 regions, so that in reporting level it will be very easy for you to navigate. Okay, so that is why I ask for a region. So these are the filtering criterias. People can able to search here as well. So ABC. So this is by default it's appearing in the filter pane. So you can see here, if you put a list and then you can enable search pane. Okay, this is the option. So search. So people, so you have many machines, you want to search for a particular machine, what is happening. So HP1, okay, HP1, something like that. So they can filter it over here. That is the filtering pane I have included here. Then I already explained region and location, and based on different machine types also they can able to analyze. This is fine. Okay, what this is indicating, like I have utilized the 4 columns here. You can have much more as well, whatever columns. So I have given these 2 measures, I mean, okay, whichever is blank and whichever is having a 0 are not filled. Okay, those values I have summed up. Okay, I get it in a measure. So blank downtime, blank utilization for each month. And when you see here blank repair cost and product quantity, you can see the improvement. If it is going down, it is not bad here, because we are improving the quality of the data. And earlier in October, the product quantity, there are 19 entries records that is having blank on October, whereas on December it is only 3. So it is the process of improving it. So there is some concept called lower the better or higher the better. This is lower the better. When you have less value, then your data quality is good. So now this is how you have improved it. Okay, you can show it to the management, like when you have initial development of this report, you have these many issues, but later while improved, I mean while monitoring this dashboard, you find that only these many members, I mean only very few data quality issues are appearing. So this is what the dashboard says. So how I achieved it, like it's very simple calculations, not much complex calculations involved. For each column, right, for each column we need to create a measure like over here. So let's walk through it. So what I did, just I'm not getting any ID column, so I'm putting the count rows of the table, and filter is blank equal to true. So if it is blank, then get me the value. Okay, then you can see different measures over here. I put two conditions also, like for some columns you have quantity equal to blank as well as 0. For this case, in case of product quantity is one of the column here, product quantity, you can find zeros as well as blank, so you need to count both. So how to calculate it? It's very simple, like count rows, filter data quality is blank of this, that particular column is true, then consider that, or people are mistakenly put here and. So you assume like this condition is evaluating for each column, I mean each row. So in the same row or same cell, you cannot have both the values. So here when you want to have different conditions to be evaluated, okay, in the same column, you need to put or condition. So both rows will be included. Whichever rows having blank as well as 0 will be included in this. So this is a simple condition. So like that, I've created 4 meshes, and I've used 4 meshes here along with the date dimension. Now you can say to the management your data quality has improved after this. Now see, this is like earlier, I mean whichever is having month, okay, I mean to say this date they have given it on particular date, the snapshot. What I'm saying is, the another important concept what I want to highlight here is, this is like a snapshot of your data. Snapshot in the sense they are filling this data on 10th of every month first, okay, then after that month, the next month, you need to get this data as a snapshot. You no need to overwrite it. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, they will send this file without this date also. Because people will have only the system maintained, they will not have any dates. Whenever they filled it, that date should be snapshotted here. Then again, they will not provide this date, they will give only this list, but for the November. So you need to maintain it dynamically in Excel or any other form, okay? But so that only these kind of implementation require database is much effective, because Power BI doesn't have a snapshotting concept as per my knowledge. Maybe if you guys know about it, just let me know. So so they will have only this list, and every month they will send it, but this history to be maintained. Then only we can capture at that time what is the value, and after that they will upload it, upgrade it, I mean update the data, then send this complete list. We will say like we'll keep that date. So like this it's appearing, okay? That is what assumption is, okay? Now having said that, then only you are getting these different snapshots, okay? This is one of the scenario I want to highlight, how the real world data will appear or modify, why we need to keep the data in database where everything can be done in Power BI, right? This is what some kind of snapshotting from the reporting perspective we need to maintain. For that we need to go for databases. Then what about these two charts indicates, it's like there are certain cases you want to analyze how many number of machines having downtime greater than some percentage, right? Greater than 13 percentage, or number of values, or number of machines having repair cost greater than certain values. It's not what I'm trying to say is, you have set some threshold limit, or you assume like the repair cost won't go beyond 400, but somewhere some anomalies will happen. They might enter the wrongly. Sometimes it may be entered like 4200 also. Instead of 412, they might have entered 4120. So like that anomalies you want to detect. Okay, so you can play around with this, like you just scroll this button, number of machines having repair cost greater than 420. So or 450, 430, you want to increase those. So there are 6 machines having the repair cost greater than 430. So how did I do that? So to find that one, let me walk through the steps. So you have a repair cost over here. What is the formula? So for that, this is nothing but you need to create a parameter. Okay, new parameter that will create you a table. You see here, repair cost filter. So what table it is? It will generate a series of values from 100 to 500 incremented by 10. Okay, when you scroll, it will be 10 incremental. That is what this 10 is. So it is basically typically a what if parameter. I have created it, and whatever values you have chosen here, 440, will be stored in this variable. Okay, so you need to write one measure, whatever based on your calculation, this value, whether it should be less than or greater than. In this case, I want a repair cost greater than this selected value, correct? Selected value. So then that the selected value is stored in repair cost filter. Then I am creating a new measure that will filter me, that will give me the repair cost, that will go through each and every row in a table, that will filter greater than 440. What is the measure I've used? Here it is. Repair cost. There you go. So you see here, count rows once again, filter data quality table, the repair cost greater than or equal to repair cost filter value. That is, repair cost filter value is nothing but this is the repair cost filter value, that is the selected value. So it's as simple as that. So you can get your values and analyze different scenarios over here. That is the best way to achieve it. Then you need to see this one, like what are all those 9 drill through. Just right click it and go through machine details. This is just a drill through behavior, so I can go through and see this detail. One of the issue you see here is when the drill through issue. This is one of the typical drill through issue that people may not aware. Like you are drill throughing a detail, but you see here, you suspect, like, I mean, you think like only these 9 values should appear, right? But why you are getting all the records? Okay, this is because by default drill through will take only the column values, the whatever you are filtered here. You see here December 1st, okay, but this measures, this 9 is given by a measure. This is not passed to the drill through report. Okay, in order to do that, okay, go to, this is the issue I want to highlight, that is what I came here. So I go to this detailed report, then use that measure repair cost value, that is repair cost threshold. Okay, now keep this one here. Okay, choose this visual. In that visual, repair cost threshold as a filter, then is true, because this will return always a true, is 1 or 1 value. That is what, because I said count of rows, right? So that should be 1. Let me show it to you. Like I will put that value over here. Now you can see that is 1 here. When I remove this filter, For whichever is greater than so the repair cost greater than 440 I pressed, so 440 is, this one is true. For this it will become blank, so you can see a blank value for the repair cost. So for 388 it is blank. For this it is true because I have chosen something less than and, 400. So whichever is having greater than 400, it will have 1. Okay, so now you can see here, whichever is having repair cost 400, everything you have a value as 1. Let me zoom in. So this is the measure. So each row it will evaluate. Okay, that is what the condition. Now let us quickly see this measure formula. You can understand it. So the repair cost, this repair cost greater than the selected value. Greater than the selected value is nothing but 400. So 460 is greater than 400. It is true. 370 is greater than 400, false, so it will return false. So the drill through is not working because this also to be filtered, your measures are not filtered in drill through. So in order to enable it, use this threshold and set that as is 1. Okay, this is very important real-time issue that we have faced. There you go, you have 9 entries. You no need to show this figure, that this is for demonstration I showed. Now you go back. Now you can see here 5, right click, drill through machine details. There you go, only 5 records will come which is greater than 400 or greater than equal to 400. Now as per this, what we want to do, so you can send this list either with, in this case it's greater than the threshold limit. So threshold limit is 400 that you are setting. So you can send this list as export as data to Excel, and you can ask this location people for location 11. How you need to navigate is basically you want to understand from region or particular location. Say for example location 1, then you can find these, there are 2 entries having 400, greater than 400, then right click, drill through, then ask these people about the justification why the repair cost is more than this. Even for here you can go through and drill through here why this cost is blank. Okay, I mean for this drill through it is not working because the threshold limit I have filtered to true. It should be removed. That is why that drill through is not work. So you need to create a separate drill through for it. Now you can see this is working for this particular missing repair. Right click and navigate once again. Now there you go. So this repair cost is 0 and blank. There is 2 entries. That is what it's shown here. Now you got the respective results. You can see the 2 here. Okay, so this is the purpose of drill through. Whatever I have shown here, everything I have taken in my individual videos, but those things are useful in building a real-time project like a drill through or what if parameter or unpivoting. This is what a real-time project will look like. That will not look anything tremendously you will not to achieve it. It's as simple as that. What are the basic concepts you are learning in the channel, that way you need to apply it in a real-time project. With this note, we'll stop this video, and I hope you enjoyed this and you learned something new in this video. And if you're new to this channel, please do forward and share with your friends and colleagues so that they will also get benefited, and comment below for your queries. Do remember that data is your asset.